Hello guys, welcome back to another PC modding video for the case mod project, the DAMY case mod project. The Easter break is here, so I can finally start building the case, or rather building the system inside the case. And during the time between now and the last video we uploaded, I ordered some components as well as received some components from MSI. More specifically, the MSI Twin Frozer 3, that's the GTX 680 graphics card, which they sent us to use in the case for a while. And so that's the box over there. They also sent us this FM2 A75MA E35 motherboard, which is an AMD FM2 motherboard with an A75 chipset in there. I'm gonna do a quick review of this, or rather an overview video and unboxing in a separate video, which I'm going to film actually right now. I just thought first to make a quick update, because I'm gonna film this, upload it, and while uploading it probably start building the system here. And for that I actually ordered some parts. Remember, it's not a performance PC that we're actually making here. They might have sent us the GTX 680 there, but actually the target that the goal that we try to achieve is a cheap computer inside a case, which we're going to be using for home theater PC and gaming, probably mainly gaming, because of course, yeah, it looks really cool, has a lot of LEDs, and maybe is not the quietest, probably not going to be the quietest PC. But yeah, home theater PC doesn't really matter. What matters was the price and quality which we got. So we went for AMD. We have an A6 5400K processor, which has 3.8 GHz in some kind of turbo mode, I guess. I'm gonna figure that out. Really, I have not used these processors in any builds. I've not really done many builds lately with new components. So I'm guessing it says max turbo, so I'm guessing it's not gonna be running at that speed all the time. Anyway, that's that. Then we have some Kingston memory, DDR3 of course, 1600 megahertz, and that's 8 gigs of that. So one stick, yeah, that's it. So that's enough, because there's 2 slots on the motherboard and 8 gigs is enough. That actually already cost like 50 euros. Kind of the prices are quite high. Same for hard drives. I've got this hard drive here. This is a 30, no, what is it? 30 gig, no, that's old. No, I mean 320 gigs. I'm not going to take it out now, it's going to take me too long. But it's 320 gigs, and it already cost me like 50 euros. So yeah, hard drive prices, at least when I bought it a few weeks ago, are up quite high. I actually had this, already had this lying around for the case, but yeah, I'm gonna be using that as well. So to lit up the case and add a little bit more. So we got the hard drive, which is a Western Digital hard drive, not a black caviar, which I would have liked, but a blue caviar hard drive. So we're probably gonna be changing the hard drive maybe to an SSD later on. But as I said, was just trying to keep the price down as much as possible. Oh yeah, we also got this DVD writer here, which from LG, also quite cheap one, with 18 euros. We're not going to be using that a lot, so it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Now we have an extension cable here, also from IT Service. Also had that lying around, and also going to use this. So they also sent us the cable for the mod. Then we have, and this is maybe a little bit weird, twice the same motherboard. This is actually the motherboard I bought, and that is one that MSI sent us. Why have I got the same one twice then? Why did I buy one? Well, we have to send this one back. And I actually got the stuff, the hardware from MSI before I decided on what I was gonna buy, what I was not gonna buy. So I actually checked out this motherboard before deciding what to buy. I really liked it, and it's 60 euros where I bought it at Alternate. And yeah, it also has, like, you know, the possibility to give us 7.1 surround sound, which is something that I really like, because not all of these smaller motherboards have enough slots for that, or audio jacks. So reason why I went with that. And then finally, I got a 7750 Radeon, ATI Radeon card, or rather AMD. Now it's not really ATI anymore, is it? Some might say, why not the 7770? Well, it was 20 euros more, and as I said, we want to try to keep the price down. It's gonna be home theater mainly, and for gaming, but really it's not gonna be heavy games that we're gonna be playing. This is really games like indie games, some older stuff, so really we didn't need it that best of the best, also not in the cheaper category, so I went for this. And the cool thing is, you have many 7750 cards out there which are running GDDR3, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually the kind of memory which was fast like 4 or 5 years ago, which I got in my GTX 260, which is in my old computer system. But this one had 1 GB of GDDR5 memory, so also another reason why I eventually did take this card, which was 100 euros. So it's the 7750, and let me see if I can take it out. So there we go, it's out of the box. That's a very quick unboxing there. Yeah, it's a small card. Certainly, let's do this, it's actually quite fun. Certainly, compared to the GTX 680. So yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there, certainly in performance. Yeah, no, this is a small card, cheap. I am expecting a good performance from it. Not something very extreme, but good enough price quality wise. There's no PCI connectors, of course, or it could have had one, but no, not in this category. Then you should go for a 7770, which needs more power. This one does not. It has one fan, small heatsink underneath, and it has a DVI port, an HDMI port, I think, yeah, and a display port. Alright, so that's it for this card. We're gonna be using that after we've sent back the GTX 680, which we're not gonna be using always because MSI sent us this for a limited time only. So we're gonna have to send this back in a few weeks, and yeah, then we have to use this card. But yeah, that's it. I also have water cooling components. I'll show those in a second. I'm first gonna have gonna review that motherboard, and then I'll start probably installing the CPU on it. Put the block on there, which I have over there apparently. I'm gonna put that in the case and see how I'm gonna organize the entire cabling. By the way, what the power supply that we're gonna be using, I have that over here somewhere. That's the Silent Pro Hybrid from Cooler Master, which is an 850 watt power supply, which is gonna be great for the GTX 680. But after that, we're probably gonna go and downgrade to a smaller power supply because it's not gonna be needed for the components that are gonna be in there after that. And yeah, this is my pile of hardware over here, by the way. And my bowler hat, which I use for... no, I don't use it. Right, so I filmed the review of the motherboard here. This is actually the one I bought. The one I did actually use in the review is inside its box already. In the box over there. Of course, I'm not going to use it in the build, as I've got exactly the same here. And this is the one I actually bought, and the other one is property of MSI, so yeah, I'm probably just going to be using this one. It's quite obvious. I decided not to start building today as I'm getting tired. I did start, you know, it's dark outside as you can see. So basically, I'm going to start building tomorrow, but I just already had a little quick look at a few things. So first of all, we've got the EK Supreme HF Easy Mount CPU water block right here, which will go on the motherboard. So that's still in the sealed package and everything. So it's all actually just new. It's never been used. So I've got that, and I've got the brackets for AMD. So basically, I just gotta follow the instructions here on how to change that, so I can use this for AMD an AMD socket. So I can install the water block. I've actually never done water cooling like this myself. I've done water cooling helping someone else, but I didn't do it myself entirely. So actually doing it myself entirely, this is the very first time. So I'm actually quite interested in how it will work out. Also, I had a few thoughts on how I was gonna put the pump and reservoir in it. So basically, this is the pump right here. I was kind of scared that I miscalculated something. So the water will be going out here, and I was just thinking, well, luckily, and it will go in here. So there's a reservoir, so we got a little cylinder here, which will stand right, will just connect right to the pump, so that's actually like, it's gonna look like one unit. But the pump itself here, it actually makes water go out here. So when I'm filling it, the holes in the reservoir will be in the same direction as this one here. So I'll probably, well, in the case itself it will be standing like that. So when I fill up the case, or the water cooling loop, I'm probably gonna tilt the case or just lay it down like that, so this pump is like this. Maybe I'll take the pump out a little. I'm not gonna mount it directly in the case then, and then fill the reservoir up and let it fill like that. I think that's gonna work best, as I didn't have an extra connector, or how do you call these again? I forgot. Yeah, I didn't use these enough. I forget names of things in English. That's what happens when it's not your native language. Fittings, there we go. I think I'm missing one fitting to make a filling tube, or whatever you'd call it, for the reservoir. So I'll have to use something to put in the reservoir, something else to fill it up. I'll figure that out when I'm actually gonna do it. So I was actually afraid, and I did actually think it wasn't like gonna be like that, but I was afraid that the pump actually makes water go out here and then in here, but it didn't really make sense because of course the reservoir is here. So yeah, I was kind of afraid, because if then I would have had this idea of laying it down like that, it wasn't gonna work. So I had to do something like well, something else basically, and of course that wouldn't work because I couldn't pour in the water. But then I really just thought about it, because I was at my dorm room, I wasn't at home here, I couldn't have a look at the pump. But yeah, the pump of course makes the water go out here, in here, and yeah, that will save me a lot of trouble. I was thinking, oh yeah, my phone's going, and that's actually GTA 4. I'm playing GTA 4 right now. I thought I'd film, but I'm gonna hang out for a second there. No, but yeah, so the pump, that's okay. So I think the loop will go fine. I've got my coolant here somewhere in one of my closets between the next to the reservoir, I think. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna continue tomorrow. I'll film some more then. So see you guys then, and hopefully I can finish this tomorrow. I'll actually get some good progress. See you guys then. Alright, so currently I'm taking apart the CPU block and changing the bracket for the socket so it will fit on AMD. It's actually quite interesting to have a look inside. You can see how it's all made, how old channels inside are drilled. So yeah, just want to quickly show that. I'm just gonna put it together now, and then I can put it on the motherboard, which I'll have to put the CPU on as well, and then I can put the motherboard in the case. Alright, and the CPU block is almost on. I just gotta screw down these two and then tighten those two and those two again. So yeah, that is almost on. I've got some thermal paste on there. I've used the GC Extreme from Gelid Solutions, which I actually use a lot. This is very good. It's been, yeah, I've been using that for a lot of builds, and it's been doing a really good job. But yeah, that's the block, and I'm gonna screw down the rest of it. Alright, so right now I've got the radiator in, I've got the motherboard in with the CPU block, also the power supply, those two things in the front there. I'm gonna put it in the hard drive and check out how I'm gonna position the reservoir and the pump behind that, which I gotta take out the package somewhere here. It's gonna be very compact. It's actually all very big, and it's all just fitting barely in there, but it's gonna work, hopefully. Yeah. If something doesn't seem to work out like it should, then I'll have to find another way to fix it. Anyway, see you guys in the next update. Right, so I'm gonna make a quick, or a little bit of an update here. I'll show you guys what I've been up to now. I'm gonna see if I can get some more light here. Got my studio light here. Might just be better. Alright. So we've got the computer now. Yeah, whatever. This is the stage I'm at right now. I've put in everything that's going in the case except for all the cables and the loops, so the water cooling tubes. As you can see, it's very compact. This was a very small case, and of course the idea was to make a very good gaming system here, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, certainly with that graphics card. So we actually made an old computer, a very old system, into, well, we actually took the case, everything else we threw out, and made it into this so far. But now I'm just figuring out how I'm gonna be doing the cable management, also how I'm gonna route the LEDs, probably just simply like this. So these are white LEDs, 12 of those I think, I don't know how many these are, or maybe 10, I'm not sure. And anyway, this is 1 meter cable with LEDs, which goes to a little control center there, or whatever you could call it, over here, and you can turn them on or off and change the brightness. Anyway, it's gonna look nice, I hope, or pretty sure that will look nice. But I'm still checking how I'm gonna route that, how I'm gonna do the other cables, and then finally how I'm gonna do or route the tubes. I'm probably gonna do it like this. So this isn't in yet, so I'm gonna take that out probably while filling it. I'm not really sure yet how I'm gonna do it, but I have an idea, but I'll see it when the time is there. So basically what we're gonna do is have a tube going from here, from the radiator to the inlet on the block here. Then it's go out here, probably something like that, to this one. The other one is gonna be closed though, but that's just for filling. So to this one, and then from the pump, which is behind the reservoir, to here, and then again we got the same, so then the loop is made. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with that. Now, as you see, there isn't a lot of space, so I gotta see how I'm gonna do that. Certainly, if I want to fill it and don't want to have any leaks going. So yeah, I'm still checking out how that's gonna work out exactly. So we've got the hard drive in there as well now. We've got the sleeve 24-pin cable connected to the motherboard, and that's the cable from the power supply. Now, apparently the power supply has a female connector on it, so the 24-pin cable that's included with the power supply is a male connector on both ends. So I couldn't connect, or can't connect at all, this 24-pin cable to the power supply directly. That's actually a question that I've been asked once or twice on the review of this power supply. But yeah. Is there anything else I should say now? Oh yeah, something I noticed is on this side, and I'm going to turn off the light there. On this side we have, these are cables coming from the fan controller, so through the cable management hole that we made there. So these are the extension cables, and you see that they are 4-pin, only have 3, no, even 2 pins, but they put a 4-pin connector on that with the cutouts on both sides. But because of that, you can't connect these 3-pin connections to these 4-pin connections, because they're not entirely open here on the side. So I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do there. Maybe just cut out a bit of plastic here, or see if I can change a connector. So yeah, it's a little issue I ran into, but so far that's it. I really like though how there will be a lot of space now for the big massive to put this cord away, so we got enough space for that now. And I like how the cable management holes here, how they are nicely behind the radiator, and how the radiator covers them up just like that, so you actually don't see them, but there will be cables coming from underneath there, so that'll be probably be pretty cool. And now I'm going to route these cables maybe just through there. I don't really see another option at the moment. Alright, so that was it for now. My desk is getting pretty filled up with stuff and screws and other things. But yeah, that's of course normal. See you guys in another update. Right, so we've run into an inevitable issue, which is actually the fittings for the reservoir. So basically, I wasn't really thinking correctly. First of all, with the filling, we can just of course fill this by taking off the top here, so that won't be an issue. So we can just take off the top like that and then fill it. So yeah, but that currently isn't the bigger issue anymore. The bigger issue is the fact that if I put a fitting, the ones that I got, these right here, you can see that there won't be really a lot of area or room for the tubes to go like that. So what do I need to get? Basically, I'll need to get some 90-degree angle fittings to go in there, so that I can have a go it like that, so that the loop will go, or that the tube will go not against the side panel, and that it won't bend in a bad way. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get some of those fittings, one at least there. I was also thinking about this area. Well, we have going the pump and the reservoir. I've currently got this closed just to make sure there's nothing going inside it, like dust or anything, or too much dust at least. But yeah, there should be a tube going from here to here. Now this is also gonna be too short from what I saw, and so I'm thinking of getting two 90-degree angles to put in between two tubes. So basically put the fittings that I got here and here, then make a small bit of tube go here, a little bit of a larger one here because it's a little bit lower, put the fitting, and then a bit of tube in between those fittings. I think I'm gonna do that here, and then I'm gonna check but I think that's gonna be alright. For this part here, this is going to be going to the CPU here, but I think these are okay. Don't think I really need anything different here. So yeah, I need to get those fittings, and otherwise, well, I can't really do much else. I'm gonna do the cable management though, so I'm gonna finish that up for as far as I can. Basically, I can actually already fasten the reservoir and pump in here if I really want to. I'm not gonna do that yet, but I could actually do that. I could even, or I will at least make sure that I can connect this properly. So yeah, I'm gonna do the cable management and make sure that I can get some fittings, or 90-degree angled fittings. One other thing, and I'm just gonna ask you guys this. This here is to actually then let the entire loop go empty whenever I need to refill it, or yeah, basically when I have to refill it, or just take it out, or you know, for maintenance, or even if I want to change something. So I gotta take this cap out. But then what? So basically, I might actually also put a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle fitting, and just a tube with a filling hole or filler cap or whatever it's called. Somewhere, put it here, and just for in case I need to empty it, I could use that tube then to empty it. What would you guys do, that, or do you guys do something else, or would you empty it some other way? So as I said earlier in the video, probably, yeah, it's my first water cooling setup that I'm building. So yeah, any advice would be great. Now, if we have a quick look at the other side, well, basically nothing really has yet happened here. We still gotta connect everything. I've got a lot of these zip tie holders with some tape on the other end, on the other side rather, which I can stick on the motherboard tray here. So that's what I'm gonna do to get, yeah, to make the cables, to organize them, to stick them to the rear side, because in normal gamer case you have punch outs, so you can attach zip ties and thus the cables to that. Here I have nothing, so I have to use those. So I'm gonna organize the cables, or at least try to look at how I'm gonna organize them. But for now that's gonna be it, I think. I don't think I can do much more, unless of course I have those fittings. So yeah, I think that's it. I might just end here. Might just end the video here as well then. Maybe I'll make some cable management and maybe make another video of that, but yeah. See you guys in the next update, and if there's not another update in this video, see you guys in the next video.